You're shy, you don't like talking to the camera, you don't even like being on camera, but you understand the importance of showing up for your community. And you also know the power of showing up online so potential and existing clients can see themselves in your transformation. What I'm going to teach you how to do in today's video. I'm going to show you how to do a voiceover. This is always something that I suggest to clients who are just extremely nervous. They're like, oh, I don't like talking to the camera. It freaks me out just to hold the camera up like this and talk to it. That is just not my thing. Is there something else that I can do? I once had a nurse, I talked about this on Threads. I once had a nurse literally break down in the middle of filming. I'm talking cameras up, lights ready. She already had her script and she kind of just broke down and she started crying. This just triggers memories of the mean girls that used to make fun of me in high school. And it really prevented her from showing up. I can't remember what she did. I think she was like an aesthetic nurse, but she specialized in something. So I was like trying to explain to her, okay, so by you having this mental block right now, it is holding you back from showing up, being the person that you are. She was a wonderful person, but more people needed to see that. So you're gonna allow these like mental blocks to stop you from showing up to be able to help this person and that person. Actually, I can see myself taking these things off. Y'all, these things are just they're sliding down my face at this point, so you don't even have them on that long anyways. So yeah. If you have that same mindset and you have those mental blocks that are stopping you from being on camera and just showing up as who you authentically are, showing your personality and just being yourself, then this video may not be for you. All of the content that I create over here on this channel and all of my social media channels, I heavily encourage you to talk less about your treatments and more about you, more about the person that is providing these treatments. And if you are new here, I'm Cherie, owner of CapCut Creative, a concierge marketing company, and we work to help medical and dental aesthetic professionals implement creative marketing strategies to help them book more clients with less effort. If that sounds like your jam, I do know that a lot of you watch my videos, okay, because I do check the data. I check the numbers because the numbers never lie. I know a lot of you watch my videos, you come back for more, but for some reason you are not subscribing. If you are a medical or dental aesthetic professional and you are looking to stay ahead of the game and you want marketing tips that actually work, no fluff, no BS, but results, then consider subscribing to my channel. And now that you know a little bit more about me, before I get into today's video, I want you to tell me something interesting, something spicy. Just tell me something about you. There's no wrong or right answer. I just want you to tell me a little bit more about the person that is watching this video. What is a voiceover? A voiceover video, basically, and I'm sure you guys have seen them all over the internet. It is usually when you see a selection of different clips, but the audio is, you know, talking about something else, or maybe the audio is narrating what you're seeing in the video. There's various ways that you can actually do voiceovers. There's no right or wrong way, but one way that I can tell you over the year that has taken off and is still continuing to pop off are the voiceovers where you could be doing something completely different than what you're talking about. Now, I do these on my personal, like CapCut Creative, on my social media accounts. I do these types of voiceovers all the time. You may see me doing like a skincare video, but then I'm talking about a hot take in marketing. You may see me in the kitchen putting up groceries with my son, or I'm giving you some sort of marketing tips to double your revenue. So those are the types of voiceovers that are really just popping off right now. They've been popping off for a while. Now, before I go even further, what do we always say on this account? Action takers are money makers, and the gold is in the implementation, not the information. How are we going to film our voiceover? It's basically 3 simple steps, actually 4 if you want to include uploading it on the social media platforms, but there are 3 easy steps, so let's break them down. The first thing that you need are a selection of different B-roll clips. What are B-roll clips? B-roll clips could be mini clips, little mini video clips of you doing anything. And I'm talking anything. It could be you doing things throughout the day while you're at work, or it could be things that you do when you are home. I do B-roll clips all the time. I am always filming because everything is literally content. I actually sent out a list of B-roll clips to my email list last month, and I'm constantly sending, marketing gold and marketing tips and things that just, I call them my irrational thoughts that just pop across my mind, because one day I was getting ready for a content shoot, and in addition to our content prep guide, I'm like, you know what, let me just type a list of different B-roll clips that I can pass on to different offices. And because basically, if it's already working, you just duplicate the process. So I sent this list out to my email list. Y'all, they ate it up. They didn't realize how simple it really was to film B-roll clips. So film B-roll clips. You're in the office. Here are some different B-roll clips that you can film. Walking into the office, cutting on the lights, counting down the drawers, cleaning up the front office, preparing for a treatment, flipping a room for another treatment, talking to a patient, giving skincare. Like a lot of the times when patients check out, I see you guys at the front when I'm at different clients' offices all the time. I have them over at the skincare products, and you're giving different recommendations. Take 10 seconds out of your time to mount the phone up and allow people to, hear what those skincare recommendations are. You can easily turn that into some sort of like reel or TikTok video, and you can say POV, checking out at the end of your appointment. I don't know, I'm not in creator mode right now, but bottom line, you're basically bringing people into that appointment and allow them to hear what you're saying. And don't freeze up. A lot of the times when you put the camera up, a lot of you can, you can speak so well, and you can be on it, and you can just know so much, and you just go. But then the second the camera is up, now you want to be monotone, and you just kind of want to hold back, and no. So go all in and allow people to see what it's like. That is an easy B-roll clip that you can record all the time. Now when you're out of the office, that's a totally different story. Like, I would just kind of go over to my Instagram account, if you're not already following me there, and see a little bit of the B-roll clips that I will film when I'm traveling between different clients, or when I'm going out to eat with different clients, or maybe going out to eat with my family, or going to work at a coffee shop. Y'all, B-roll clips can be filmed all the time. And my best advice to you is to either have a folder, a designated folder on your Google Drive that is labeled B-roll clips, and constantly upload them there. Or even if you have an iPhone, create a folder in your files and upload your B-roll clips there. But you need to have a selection of B-roll clips that you can always pull from. Now that you have your B-roll clips, the next thing that you're gonna ask yourself is, what is this video going to be about? Like, what's the goal of this video? Are you gonna do a day in the life of? I actually want you to do a day in the life of cosmetic nurse, aesthetic dentist, cosmetic dentist. Do a day in the life of at least once a month. And be a little more strategic about your clips when it comes to a day in the life, because obviously you want people to really see what an actual day in your life looks like. And you don't have to share everything. I get this question so many times. Well, I don't want to share my children. I don't want the world to know, what school my kids go to. Don't share what you don't want to share. Share just enough to get people on the edge of their seats, because people by nature are nosy. They just need a little bit, okay? And you pull them in like a fish. Give them enough to have them curious and wanting more of whatever it is that you offer. You merge a bunch of different clips together, and you can share skincare advice that you would give to your younger self. Do a skincare routine full of products that you recommend, that you already have in your office or that you sell online. Show the products, and then the audio could actually talk about the skincare advice you would give your younger self. I'm giving y'all free information right now because this actually is a topic that always pops off. Anytime we have any of our clients talk about skincare tips for women over 40, or skincare tips for women in their 30s. Skincare tips I would give my younger selves: people just eat those videos up, okay? Now my favorite, you just merge multiple clips together. This one doesn't require a lot of thought or strategic planning. Merge multiple clips together and talk about a spicy topic in the aesthetics industry. I'm talking spicy. This one, I'm gonna give you ever owned Morpheus 8, or maybe you own Morpheus 8 right now. There is a conversation to be had. A lot of people, including myself, do not like the Morpheus 8. That is always a hot topic. Anytime, like, okay, I'm not a treating professional, so I try to come at it with a very different approach. I don't want anybody to think I'm online trying to give like skincare advice or modality advice or any of the above. So I try to come at it at a different angle. Anytime I talk about the Morpheus 8 and how it hurts and how it looks like a freaking horror movie, when patients buy a bundle, they never complete the package. They always just get the first. Like, anytime I share my opinions on this, people come in the comments and they either add on or they disagree. Understand that engagement, either way, somebody can agree with you, somebody can disagree with you. It is still keeping the conversation going. So share a spicy hot take, something that you know. I mean, don't get online sharing false information like Dr. Richard Barrett. But you know what? I'm not even going to hate on him. Like I say, I talked about him before. He is keeping the conversation going. Let's just say that. I'm going to give him and his marketing team kudos because they keep the conversation going. If you know Dr. Barrett, you know. But anyways, I like, don't spread false information, but just, again, make it spicy. Talk about something that will get people riled up, if you will. And the last example, this is not work related. Maybe you and your family just took a vacation to Bora Bora and you want to merge various clips together and you want to talk about your vacation in Bora Bora, having nothing to do with your treatments or your services. You're just sharing something that you enjoy, time that you spent with your family, creating memories. Share that. You have every right to share more content like that. You start to allow people to see you past the treating provider. That's when you begin to build those powerful connections. And I've made lots of videos about it. I actually have a video where I teach you how to use the power of your personality to book more high-paying clients. I will link that video somewhere up in here. Don't go watch it now, but go watch it at, on your own time. So bring it back in. Now we have our B-roll clips. We know what this video is going to be about. Third thing you're going to do is you're going to open up ChatGPT. You're going to pretty much just jot down all of your ideas. This is what I want this video to be about. This is what I want to talk about. I would keep the video under 60 seconds. That's just a sweet spot. That way, if you decide to repurpose the video on multiple platforms, you can. But then again, you can do it longer than 60 seconds because nowadays you have like shorts. You could do 3 minutes. If you manually upload Facebook Reels, I know for a fact you can get longer than 60 seconds. Bottom line, I would just kind of keep it honestly between 60 seconds and maybe 2 minutes. Start off with 60 seconds in the beginning just to get your feet wet. And then again, that way you can repurpose this amongst multiple platforms using a tool called Metricool. So you loaded all of the details up into ChatGPT, and you're basically just going to ask ChatGPT to generate a script for you, a talking voiceover script. Now, you're probably going to, before you get ready to record your audio, you're gonna probably need another device. So if you have like a second cell phone, or if you could even maybe use a computer like I have, but you will probably need a second device so you can talk into the phone, record your audio, and be able to read the script on a separate device. ChatGPT has given you your script. A big problem that I see in the medical and dental aesthetics industry today, y'all, I talked about this on TikTok. I love TikTok. If you are not following me on TikTok, please do. I don't know what the future of TikTok holds right now, but I am still actively posting over there. I post over on Instagram, but to be honest, I am way more active on Threads and TikTok. So do go follow me over there. One thing that I see in the industry, and I'm just like, it just like pains me, is everybody's captions are starting to look the same because you guys are using ChatGPT for your caption and your copy, which is great, But I can tell that a lot of you are not taking that extra step to change every 4 or 7 words, or to remove the words that clearly scream ChatGPT wrote this caption. Everybody has like radiant glowing skin. Everybody is saying goodbye to this, and there's just a lot of things that look very identical. If you haven't already, make sure you get your hands on that ChatGPT do's and don'ts guide for med spa. It is linked on my website. I'll make sure I link it down below. But y'all, just make sure you take 10 seconds out of your day, that you are changing up every 4th or 7th word, and just get your hands on that ChatGPT do's and don't guide, because I really want to make sure you guys are using ChatGPT properly. Now that you have your B-roll clips and you have your script all ready to go, then the third step, you are going to go into a tool called CapCut. Some of you may be familiar with CapCut. You may not be familiar with CapCut. It is a editing tool. It is probably the most simplest editing tool that I've ever used. I've been using CapCut now for probably a little over 2 years. I remember, what was it, like back in December when we couldn't even get access to CapCut or TikTok, y'all. I was freaking out, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I'm the type of person, when I start using a tool, particularly an editing tool, with the amount of videos that I am always editing, I just want to use that one tool and just figure it out. And most editing tools, thank God, if you know how to use one, you can use them all. I really love CapCut, and I use so many. I even paid, what was it, like $300 for Final Cut Pro. I still have access to Final Cut Pro, but it's just a little too advanced for me, and every time I use it, things don't go right. But CapCut never fails. Sponsor me, CapCut. Okay, so once you put all your clips, okay, and you may have to do a little bit of editing to some of your clips. Let's say, for example, you put your phone up on a tripod and then you hit record and then you walk away. Maybe you want to clip off those first few seconds where it sees you walking away. Edit the clips to your liking, and then you are going to click voiceover, audio, and then voiceover. Now you're going to look at your screen or your other phone, or maybe you just want to write down your script. That's what you want to do. Lord bless you. But you are going to basically just read it and talk into the phone like you see me doing here. My best advice to you, when you start your voiceovers, do not start them with,
"Hey everybody, this is Angela from Lovely Aesthetics, and today I want to show you..."
No, Angela, you're not going to do that. I want you to, again, think about the topic of your video. So let's just say you did go with the idea of showing off your vacation in Bora Bora. Think about the most spiciest or just most thing that happened while you were there. Maybe there was someone dancing nude on the beach. Start the video off by saying, sorry, okay, be careful. I'll see you when you get back. This is how you're gonna start off the video. Can y'all believe we were in Bora Bora and this man showed his entire ass in front of my children? Do you know how many people will stop simply because you said that, versus, "Hi, this is Angela, and I'm going to show you the behind the scenes of me and my family"? No, Angela, they're going to keep scrolling. But if you start with the little spicy, or start with a little drama, if you want to call it that, people will stop the scroll. You have filmed your very first voiceover. Give yourself a round of applause. You're just going to export it. This part is easy, okay? Export it from CapCut, and then you're going to upload it to various platforms, whichever platforms you are on, and you want to make sure you write a caption that is appropriate for that platform. Now, I've talked about Metricool in several of my other videos before. Metricool is a tool that I use and I highly recommend. I use it for all of our accounts, and what I do is we upload one video into Metricool, and it allows us to post a video on various platforms. I love doing this. I don't do it all the time, but sometimes, because I told y'all, like, I was honest with you, I noticed a slight decrease in engagement when I do a lot of scheduling. We're just very selective and strategic about how we use it. But enough about Metricool. You just created your first voiceover. I want you to do more videos like this. I want you to show more of your personality. I want you to talk to the camera more. I want you to talk less about your treatments. Get people to know you beyond your treatments and services. Will not be disappointed that you did, because I tell you guys, a lot of the times, and especially in the aesthetics industry, sometimes people are intimidated to comment because they don't want everybody to know they get Botox, or they don't want everybody to know they get microneedling. They want everybody to think I woke up like this, or I'm just aging gracefully, even though we call BS. That's just majority of the way that the world is. So they don't want to be, they don't necessarily want to be seen commenting on anything like that. But if you show up and you talk about that trip to Bora Bora, and you share the lemon drop martini that you had, or you share an outfit check, or you share how your little girl has been scared to swim all her life and she finally decided to jump in the water face first, people will comment because you are putting stuff out there that creates a connection and that they can relate to. I hear this all the time. The aesthetics industry is saturated. It's too many people starting med spas. It's too many MDs switching over and offering cash pay aesthetic treatments. First off, that is false. Well, it's true, but it's also false. Yes, there are med spas popping up on every corner. There are MDs who have been accepting insurance for years, y'all, and they are wanting to know how to launch cash pay practices, or even just invite cash pay services into their offices. I talk to MDs that want to do this all day long. Yes, it is saturated. Yes, it is competitive, but does that mean it's impossible? No, it's not impossible at all. I feel the same way about my industry. Do you know how many times people tell me all day, hey, there's so many people who do what you do? I never get intimidated. You know why? Because they don't do it how I do it. I know for a fact that I come with a different perspective, particularly because of my experience working in different medical and dental offices. So no, I'm not really concerned about the competition, and neither should you. But what you should be concerned about is how you are going to stand out. What makes you different? What problems are you solving? Why do your clients continue to come back again and again and again, when you and I both know they can go to the other med spa that's about 10 minutes up the road? There's something about you that keeps them coming back. That is what you want to focus more on in 2025 and beyond, if your goal is to stand out and win and attract more high-paying clients who value you as a person, your expertise, and what you bring to the table. Look, it can be so easy to fall victim to a lot of these rookie mistakes when it comes to running a med spa or an aesthetics clinic, especially because you wear many hats. I know you are trying to do it all. You are in charge of the admin tasks, hiring and firing, marketing, operations. You have a lot on your plate. So make sure you watch this video before you go, because I want to make sure you guys do not fall victim to these very simple but costly med spa marketing mistakes. Watch this video while you wait on the next, and I will see y'all in that video. Bye.